Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, I got a treat for you guys today. Joining me today is Django. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going amazing. So for those of you guys that aren't familiar with who this guy is on my channel, rocking the backwards hat here. So Django, how do we put this? Django is a GPU miner. Like, that's his career. That's his job. Like,
Yeah.
that is your, is that weird? Is that weird to say? Like, you're a GPU
It is
miner as your day-to-day
definitely,
job.
yeah. I've been doing it full time since July 2020. So I mean, coming up on my 4-year anniversary here.
Yeah, is that crazy?
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I can't believe I was able to survive the bear market.
Yep.
I made sure I took a lot of precautions to make sure that I would be able to survive, but still came pretty close to
Now,
just
this
having to
was
quit.
your first, this was my first bear market. Was this your first bear market?
Well, so I started in December 2017. So so basically just 2018, 2019. That was kind of my first bear market. So I just saw profits go down and down. So
Yeah.
it was my first bull market, and it was hard to get I got swept up in things a little bit, just like everybody did. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but yeah, I was prepared. I knew prices. I knew mining the profitability would go down to basically nothing, and I knew that interest would drop drastically. So I knew that going forward, which is why I
Yeah.
had such a good lease for my data center.
Okay.
I had because I knew that it wasn't going to be profitable forever. So I took precautions. That's basically the only reason I'm still here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. I was kind of thinking through this a little bit as we were kind of like getting ready to record tonight, and it's like, man, like you've like last bull run, I think all of us content creators within the scene were all like gun ho GPU mining.
Yeah.
And during this bear market, I myself too, like pivoted very much towards ASIC mining. I mean, I went from one ASIC miner in the bull run to I just broke 21 ASIC miners in the bear market. I just bought two more. Like yesterday, I bought a K7 and a K3. I got a really good deal on them. Bought them used. I was like, yes, please. I have
Yeah.
nowhere to put them right now. I'm out of power, but outside of that, it's going good. So for you, during this time period of the bear market, running a business as a GPU miner, why did you never pivot towards ASICs like a lot of other people did, especially from like a business perspective? Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your video, but tax season is here, and I'm excited to announce that I'll be using coin tracking to do my 2023 crypto taxes. Whether you're reporting on some big gains or you need help putting together a tax loss harvesting report, coin tracking has you covered. It's actually kind of simple. You can connect your exchange and your wallet and import all your transactions automatically with coin tracking. So go check out coin tracking directly down below in the video description.
So, I just don't really like ASICs that much. And
Okay.
so they are way more profitable, but the reasons I don't like them is because they come out with the manufacturer comes out with new ones all the time, making the
Mm-hmm.
old one could make obsolete.
Yeah.
But hopefully not obsolete, just makes it less profitable. And I don't like the flexibility of not being able to switch algorithms.
Okay.
So that's one of the main reasons I don't like ASIC. I've bought in a few. I started the bull run. I just had one. I had an
Mm-hmm.
L7, and throughout this bear market, I've bought. I have a D9 now
Nice.
and two E9 Pros. So
Nice.
I've not been very happy with my E9 Pros just because I think those jazz miners that came out kind of,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks because it just makes those make less money, but I think I was pretty unique in my situation. So if I was in any other kind of standard lease, because the way I have it here is I pay by the rig,
Mm-hmm.
and my power's included, and so because of that, I was able to stay profitable on GPUs. And a lot of my money also came from hosting, and the hosted clients were willing to mine at a loss, and so I was making
Wow.
revenue from there. So if those weren't a factor, if I was making like $0, then I would have had to pivot, just
Mm-hmm.
because I would have been forced. I would have been forced to go a year with no revenue,
Yeah.
or or switch to ASICs. But since I had revenue coming in, I never had to switch, and so I
That's
didn't.
amazing that you had clients that were like that had the mindset that like we do, where it's like, and
Yeah.
especially for me, like, man, I learned so much during this bear market as a GPU miner, and being able to just be like, heads down, mine through it and build your bags. Don't chase profitability, mine what you could build these bags on. And that's been massive for me. I mean, I'm seeing the pumps now. I imagine you are as well, which is, trust me, I'm loving it. Every once in a while I show my wife, I'm like, you see, look at that. Look at that. Like that's crazy. So
Yeah,
last time you and I spoke, several months back, you were really struggling from the perspective of the AC went out in this data center that you were using. It wasn't going to be repaired. And you were like full blown, like heads down looking for another facility. You were looking at possibly buying a facility or having some investors going on it with you. Where have you gone from there till now? Like what's been the rundown for you?
So basically, yeah, I've been looking for another facility. The problem was that my landlord at my data center would not let me do anything to like the building or anything. So I'm just kind of stuck there. I was going to cost a ton of money to move the power because we did all the power on the wrong. Like if I could redo this, I would have put all the mining setup on the other side of the building because it would have been so much better. But they weren't allowing me to do anything, so I was basically just stuck. And so I started looking for another facility, some investors. We found a couple, but just every facility's just kind of fallen through. Or it just wasn't the right deal, or it didn't make sense. So I've been looking and looking. I think I did find another facility now.
Awesome.
So I'm just going to be leasing it, and I think I'm going to just have a second location.
Okay.
But yeah, back a couple months ago, I want to say like October-ish. I came to the landlord and I was just like, listen, this is what's got to happen. Like I'm leaving, or this has got to happen.
Yeah.
And they finally agreed. They finally agreed to let me knock some holes in the wall and like,
Awesome.
so I could vent the heat out of the building properly. And they also agree. And I also negotiated my lease down too, because so this whole time, like I only pay when the machines are on. So like when the machines are not on, my rent is $0. And so they were off for a long time, and they're not making any money, and I'm not making any money. So that's kind of how we agreed. I'm like, listen, I need to be able to build this out, and then I need a little bit more flexibility on the payment because mining isn't super profitable. So I agreed to both, and so that's where I'm at. So now data center is like super profitable. I hope my build out will last in the summertime. It's been all winter, so it's been great.
Yeah.
So I won't know. But I'm expecting temps around 115 degrees inside. So I'm hoping that I can keep the miners cool. But if I can, I think I'm just going to keep staying here as long as I can.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's awesome. Those of you guys not familiar, go check out his channel. He is a YouTuber as well. He puts out videos kind of showing his progress at this data center and making things work. So very voiceover, kind of showing these projects that he's working on. So if you're curious on an old data center that doesn't have air conditioning anymore, that's being renovated to be GPU mining, I mean, it's really cool to see. It's kind of one of those, like, as a home miner, you view and you're like, man, that's like a dream right there. Like just having that opportunity. I think for you in that data center outfit too, it's really, I think you're learning more too. It's like all about airflow. How fast can you get air in and out of that massive room as fast as possible? And so I think a lot of the work you're doing now will pay off then. And it's trying things. Like, as I tell people, it's like, there's no manual for this stuff. It's literally like trial and error.
Yeah, you'll see. I just finished up a bunch of work down there. If you follow me on X or Twitter, then you can you'll kind of keep up with what I'm doing. I haven't posted a YouTube video on my update yet, but basically I moved my miners from one side to the other, and I had to like redo a bunch of work, and it was all because the miners were pulling air on my exhaust fans, like a backspin, and I actually busted one of my fans.
Wow.
So I had to move those because like if you turn the fan off, the fan just started spinning the opposite direction. Like insanely fast. Like you chop your hand off fast.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay. Yeah, so I'm like, because it's all because the miners they produce their own CFM, and they were just sucking against the fan. So I had to learn that the hard way. I thought it was gonna be fine, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it did not work out. Yeah, it's everything in one direction is like the absolute goal for things, which I think is important there. So you do GPU mining for a living. So you have thousands of how many GPUs you up to now?
I have like it's over 2,000. It's like
Okay.
2,000 some
Okay.
cards.
So you have
It's
so
hard for me to know because I haven't
yeah.
had them all on, and I
Yeah,
still
it's
don't have
true.
them
That's
now.
true.
And so
So you don't own all of them. You also do hosting, which is a massive part of your business there.
yeah,
So walk me through how does that work for people looking to host GPUs with you? Because I feel like you're always picking up new clients. I feel like you're
yeah,
always have new clients coming in the door.
yeah. I do always have clients. It's really funny because I get like emails and
Mm-hmm.
like messages all the time, like, "Hey, I want to host with you," and I tell people like, "Okay, I'm not ready to like, you know, what I mean, I can't even turn it on," and they're like, "I don't care, you know, here you go," and I'm like,
Yep.
I think yeah, so that's been kind of I've gotten to the point where I just stopped taking clients because I just
Okay.
even if I take them, I just can't I just don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
want to take people's equipment, just have it off for months at a time. I got to have
Mm-hmm.
like a plan. So like this new facility that I'm going to be leasing, I'm getting ready to send a ton of people there.
Awesome.
Um, I'm really excited for that. But yeah, basically I just yeah, I host for people. I target the people I target are like people new to crypto.
Okay.
And so I can kind of go into like how I got all my original clients was
Mm-hmm.
I basically just like right when the bull run was happening, everyone was super excited. I posted up a lot of ads on Facebook. I
Mm.
went like door to door to businesses, like pitching them, like, hey,
Good for
buy
you.
these buy these mining rigs, and you know, and I'll host them, I'll build them for you, and then you know it's a tax write off because your business buys them. So I kind of like went through that angle. So almost all the people that host with me are one they've never been in crypto
Mm-hmm.
like and they've never done any mining so that is where I got my clients. And that's why I haven't done any advertising or anything like that. Just and yeah, so people see my farm now, and then they just send me emails now. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that's awesome. Especially with the fact of what you're looking at. My understanding is on the East Coast, you're going to be looking to open a location there and expand over there, which will be great. So I imagine you have quite a client list looking to come through the door on that. So as of now, things have really ramped up. We've seen GPU mining making a comeback. Is it where it was with Ethereum? No. Is it where it was with the pits of the bear market? No. It's kind of this like up and up, which has been awesome. So what have you seen from your customers and client perspective? Like, are they all on a hype train right now, or like where's their mindset?
yeah, so a lot of them are getting super excited because a lot of them because you know like I said they have me because I'm like their barrier to entry,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to convince a lot of them to mine at a loss because I had already done that before,
Yeah.
and so a lot of them listened to me, and they're all excited because they see Caspa like pumping up, and I
Mm-hmm.
recommended mining Caspa, you know, long time ago, so they're all excited about their Caspa bags, and they're excited. I got a few people looking to buy more rigs, so
Wow.
that was kind of people interested in buying more GPUs. Not a lot, just you know,
Mm-hmm.
someone wants to buy 16 cards here, or one
Mm-hmm.
person wants to buy another 8 cards. So it's just cool to see the interest coming back.
Yeah.
Like it's really starting to come, and that's how it starts. It starts
Mm-hmm.
slow, and then all of a sudden, then 100 people all want to buy
Yep.
something all at once, and that's when the prices go crazy.
So are you finding that I know a lesson you've spoken about or that you've started to move in the direction of with your farm, and I'm curious on with your customers is like open frames versus server cases. I know you're very much moving in that direction. Is that kind of a requirement for you moving forward? Is like server cases only to get once they get set up?
Yeah, I'm doing server cases only from this point on, and it's like I love open frames, and I
Yeah.
like it, and that's why I built so many of them because it's just like it makes sense to save money and go. But what doesn't make sense is when you hit a certain level, then
Mm-hmm.
it just becomes so much easier to be in the case. So if you're like a home miner, the cases probably aren't necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. I mean, they are easier though, so it depends on what I would almost recommend is put all your money into the thing that makes money
Mm-hmm.
first, and then buy the stuff that is not necessary,
Yep.
later or when you have extra money. That's kind of what I did. But yeah, going forward, case only because I got to be able to control the airflow, and I'm only going to grow from here.
Yeah.
It's easier from a management and it's easier from airflow. So
That's
that's what I had to
exciting.
do.
That's awesome. So jumping back on kind of where we are right now. So for you, and you can speak for you or overall for your clients and such during this bear market, where have you seen or heard with your amount of GPUs you have of what crypto or currency has really been the most has come out of it the most profitable? So what was the most surprise for you, for some of your clients, for some of the GPUs that you've had on, where it's like, damn, they did really well mining that through the bear market? Today's video is sponsored by ASICprices.com. ASICprices.com is one of my new favorite sites to scope out true profitability and ROI rankings before I make my next ASIC purchase. Check this out. I can simply enter my current electric rate and instantly see what ASICs are best suited for me. On top of that, let's say I want to find what ASIC miner is most profitable to stack Doge and Litecoin. Just select your algo and bam, there is the Bitmain L7. ASICprices.com has taken things to the next level. Look at this. When you select a miner, look at all this amazing information. Miner statistics and overviews, historic miner prices, daily and 30-day mining revenue, trusted vendors, and much, much more. Go check out ASICprices.com today.
Yeah, so the one of the big ones that I and my clients started mining, because they kind of just do whatever I recommend, because they don't know. And so one of the big ones that kind of took off was I started mining Chlor and XNA back in July.
Wow.
And like it was like $5 million market cap each. And I was only mining it because it was like it was one of the most profitable things to mine for us. And so started mining it, and I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna take off or not, but I mean, you can hold it, probably get it. I mean, everything goes up, so I was thinking that was pretty good, but I was really surprised about. And I mean, Chlor right now is like approaching all-time highs right now.
Crazy.
It's doing really good. So people, I mean, we had an insane yield back then, because back when we were first started mining it, like we were mining so much. Like I had a huge bag at one point in time, but I sold a bunch of it. I know. I wish I kept some, but I mean, I have a small bag now, but it wasn't as much back then. But I took it and I had to put it into other stuff, unfortunately. So
no, I get it. I think for me, very similar. Got into Chlor and 𝐼 very early, at least early for me. I mean, I know the project was its infancy was even earlier, and mined a lot of it. What a strategy I did this bear market a little bit differently than like just my mining during the bull run was when I would start mining something where I'm like, all right, there's potential here. I'd buy like $250 of that coin to kind of like jump start my wallet, and that was a huge win for Chlor and 𝐼. I'm still holding my original bags. I haven't cashed out any of it yet. And those have done super well. I mean, I've gone from $250 and mining it to thousands of dollars in those. And even today, seeing a huge pump on those. So interesting. So Chlor and 𝐼, big ones there. Both KawPow algorithms. What are your thoughts on the KawPow algorithms? Because there's so many projects right now off of KawPow. It's crazy.
And it's crazy to see all the KawPow stuff popping up. I don't know why, but like so a big portion of the farm right now are like 170 HX cards.
Okay.
And those cards mine KawPow really good, like really efficient. They mine it the same as a 3090, but they only use 180 watts. So it's like it's really really efficient. So yeah, those cards are loving it. It's like anything KawPow is way more profitable than anything else. So I've been loving KawPow. But it's wintertime, so I don't know if I'll be able to handle it in the summertime just at my data center. But yeah, I don't mind KawPow. I think it's fine, but I know a lot of people don't like it because it just puts a lot of wear on the cards. But I mean, it's ASIC resistance. That's the key to a GPU miner operator. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a challenge with KawPow too because of the amount of operating costs that goes into that, especially during a bear market. Like you're losing out on so much of your profit, you could say. But as you had said, most of these people that mined through the bear market were just heads down yield mining. They weren't looking at like, what's my profit per day and what can I swap to? Outside of those two, Chlor and 𝐼, was there anything else that you found over the last year and a half that you had jumped to? Was it Conflux or what else? What were you? I think you were on something else at one point.
Last year, I mined Conflux before it pumped up really big.
Okay.
And I kind of just go off of what I like to do is I look to see what's the most profitable. And when something spikes up, it like gets my attention. I kind of do some research and I'm like, what is this? Is it going to be worth mining or holding? And then what I'll do is usually throw a rig or two on it to see how stable it is, and see if I want to like move my entire farm or whatnot to it. So I had a couple rigs on Conflux for a while. Same with 𝐶𝐨𝐴. I had rigs on 𝐶𝐨𝐴 early, and then
Good for
Then
you.
when it started to become profitable, I think like when it broke a cent, that's when it was like, okay,
Hmm.
we moved a ton of the rigs, we moved everything onto that, and we got a huge yield. That was like the biggest one by far.
Wow.
Um, I never got. I had a rig mining a lithium for a minute, but was only very short. Unfortunately, I had just the tiniest bag of that pumped up good, but
Hmm.
yeah, nothing really besides those. I think it was mostly just we were off for a good portion though. I think we turned off in May
Okay.
and we were off since July. So we missed like 3 months there. We didn't miss the Caspa window. That was like the perfect Caspa window. And then yeah, right when we hopped back on, it was pretty much on Chlor, and then we switched to AI power grid. It's been AI like
Hmm.
AI power grid and Chlor a bunch recently. So that's pretty much what we've been
Do you have a lot
doing.
of your clients that are holding bags, or a lot of them that are converting to Bitcoin and really, taking advantage of Bitcoin?
It's kind of like I would say like 70% are just kind of buying Bitcoin, like auto,
Okay.
like getting
Okay.
Bitcoin payouts, and like 30% are holding the bags. But it's like the ones that are holding the bags are actually have made more money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, but yeah, so it's just I mean I love Bitcoin too.
Hmm.
I cash out like when when I take profits and I take those profits and put them into Bitcoin. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Smart. Very smart. So, you're heavy Kapow right now. Looking ahead, you always got to think ahead as a miner. You're always like, okay, especially as you start to accumulate as much as you do, as to what spring and summer are really going to entail. So, are there any projects now that have kind of you have your crosshairs on where you're like, all right, we might have to pivot to that to be more efficient or less watts or less heat? Is there anything that's kind of catching your eye?
Um, Nothing. I haven't really been focusing on that. I've been trying to just get my hot aisles and like my rigs
Mm-hmm.
online, and so I kind of just let things like the last like 3 months. I haven't even
Mm-hmm.
really been paying attention. I've
Just
been
let
paying
it
attention a
go.
little bit, but it's like I'm just trying to get online. And so once I get everything up and going, because I got this new location that like I'm trying to get the data center all squared away because I'm going to be
Yeah.
heads down in the location. So it's just going to be whatever is the most profitable. That's usually what I like to do is whatever's the
Okay.
most profitable and the most stable, and what's easy to liquidate too. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to sell things. I don't want to mine something that has like $1,000 a day volume. It's gonna be too hard to
Yeah.
sell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that there are a lot of good low power algorithms because the new location I'm actually gonna have to pay for my power. So
Oh
it might
man.
it might change everything. It will,
Yeah.
because here that I don't. There's no difference for me to mine KawPow
Hmm.
or something that's like ridiculously low power. That it costs me the same amount of money. So it's like KawPow is no issue for me
You
at this
found a
at
unicorn. Stick with it.
yeah
Stick with it.
yeah so
Yeah. That's true. I
yeah
know.
so
I know. A lot of people are starting to look at things like a lithium was one of them, or something like Ironfish changing their algo to something more efficient, going the direction of fish hashes, I guess is what it's called. So I think some of those might pop up here over the next few months and be opportunities. So we'll have to keep an eye out. 𝐟𝐫𝐸 might make a return somewhere along the way. You know.
pumping and that would be good. The 170s mine that really good too. Yeah, so that would be good. If I have too much of a heating problem, I'm just gonna have to force the clients to not. You can't mine Kapow. It's just otherwise. I
Yeah.
mean, otherwise your rig's gonna be overheating. So
Yep.
you got to decide.
Yeah,
So
you'll have
I
to
also
see.
recommend
You'll have to see,
170.
especially with those server cases that you have now. You might have a better opportunity. Like
Yeah,
regulating that might work out for you.
yeah.
You'll really have to see how it
I'm
works.
hoping. I'm hoping that it will because the my building is like an oven. It's gonna be
Hmm.
115 in there, regardless of
Hmm.
if anything is mining or not. It's still gonna be 115 in there. Um, so it might not make that big of a difference. The just between the algorithms.
Yeah. So for those of you guys not familiar, his facility is no secret. You've said before is in Arizona. So like that's where this 115 degree is going to come into place. Unfortunately, the worst place to have an air cooled GPU
Yeah,
mining.
it literally is the worst place to ever. It's like some of the hottest place on the planet here. So
Ugh.
only a couple hours away from Death Valley.
Yep.
So where the hottest place in the world is. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge. But I'm glad that we're not. I mean, I wish that we would have built out better. But like I said, we were doing. I
Hmm.
was using AC in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I wasn't paying for it. So my landlord was. I don't know why, but
That's
But
crazy.
it never was sustainable. If I was paying for it, I would never pay for AC. So
No.
it just
No.
never makes sense to do that. But yeah, this is just gotta deal with the heat
So
and.
have you announced yet the area on the East Coast that you're going to have your new facility? And kind of, I guess the second question there is like, what's your timeline?
So I haven't really said anything, but it's gonna be out in Virginia.
Okay.
Um, my basically my timeline. I have one client that
Okay.
I'm looking to move to the building. Is a very very big client.
Okay.
Him alone has 3,000 GPUs. One dude.
Oh, so you're not,
Yeah, so
do you have them now running or no? It's going to be like a new
oh,
client coming.
yeah, I have like maybe like 10 of their rigs running.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, the rest of them are just been off, and they've been off
Wow.
for a long time. It's a new client, so I haven't had them before.
That's exciting.
But, yeah, but I'm looking for a facility to host them. But yeah, it's like that one person alone is gonna like make my farm over 5,000 GPUs. Doubling me
Yeah.
instantly. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking. I might be moving the client out there in the next 2 weeks, and then I probably will, while things are getting built out,
Yeah.
I'm going to be finishing up, hopefully finish up the data center here. And so maybe 3 to 4 weeks, once I get that client
Mm.
online, then I'll probably start accepting new
That's
clients in.
exciting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, so was that client like were they mining ETH and then just shut off since then? And that's kind of where okay, got it. Yeah. That's
Yeah, so
nuts.
they bought in at the
Mm-hmm.
very tippy top and didn't get hardly anything back from it. So hopefully I can help them recover their costs,
Yeah.
their expenses. But yeah, they have quite the expensive setup. It's gonna be yeah, it should be pretty easy to get them all set up. It's just I mean they're almost that's almost half a megawatt just them. So it's like crazy. I have to build out so much just to get them plugged
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy
that's
though.
what
But it's nice you have a customer like lined up though. That's a really convenient thing. You're going to a
yeah.
new facility and have a customer already versus like, all right, new facility, I got to find customers. So that's awesome for you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. That was kind of the main that was good. It was helping us a lot because then we don't have to start up like one client. We can just move
Mm-hmm.
this guy and we can still keep our other location. So yeah, once I get him up and going, I do have another client coming in probably soon. It's an NFT
Mm.
mining project.
Okay.
I haven't really talked about that at all yet, but you probably
Okay.
hear me soon. They're getting ready to mint here in like two
Okay.
weeks. But yeah, they're gonna do it like ASICs. And I'm gonna host them at the new facility as well.
Mm.
So I'm hoping basically I'm gonna have to be out there in like 3 or 4 weeks from now, and I'm gonna be out there getting all this set up. So I'm hoping to have the data center here like
Done.
fully
Yeah.
operational. So I'm grinding it super hard, just like I got to get this done because otherwise it's gonna be sitting here for like 3 or 4 weeks while I'm out there.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where this is too many GPUs for one person.
Yeah.
I never thought I would get there, but I'm here.
So are you in your head thinking, okay, at some point, you're gonna have to bring somebody on part time or full time to kind of be doing exactly what you're doing, but doing the back and forth because I mean you're going from east to west coast, and
Yeah,
as you know, GPUs are not ASICs. They're super picky. So like,
yeah.
yeah. So
So
where's your head at there?
I think I'm going to have to because what's really crazy is that my two locations and I don't live at either of them, and so I'm going to that. It's a, I What doesn't make sense. I have to live at one of the locations, so I either have to move out there or to
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, and then yeah, I'm either gonna have to hire someone full time or also maybe possibly even a partner because
Mm-hmm.
I just like it would be I would love to be able to do more content and stuff because
Yeah.
I'm at a point right now where I'm just like I can't do anything other than just business, and so
Yep.
I've just kind of been filming here and there, but I would love to do way more content. I have like tons of ideas other than just me filming what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
down at the data center, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at because there's so much room to grow content wise, and it's just like it's also like marketing and
Yep.
stuff like that. We could really grow big. I've just been focused on just keeping these things online.
Yeah.
That's what's been holding me back.
That is awesome. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up there. We're about 27 minutes in. This has been awesome, Django. Man, so next time you and I talk, you're going to have two facilities up and running. with 5,000 plus GPUs, which I think is insane. So for people that do want to keep up with you, I know you've been posting these things on X or Twitter. Do you want to give that out as well as your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so my Twitter handle is just at @DeFi_Django, and my YouTube is the same, DeFi Django.
Awesome. I'll put those directly down below, guys. Go follow him. I love following him on Twitter because he kind of keeps you in the know. That's definitely going to be the place to keep up with his journeys, which will be great. Well, Django, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt your video, but want to keep you in the know. So are you new at mining, or you're just looking to step into it? You're not sure what hardware you want to buy. You're not sure what build you want to do. Need some help? Maybe you're building your first mining rig and you literally need help step by step installing 𝐋𝐸_OS. Maybe you're so far away from mining, but you're looking at it and you just need somebody to bounce some ideas off of. Well, I offer one-on-one calls with the community, and I've done boatloads, some really cool ones. I've helped people set up ASIC miners in the Dominican Republic. I've helped someone troubleshoot their very first GPU mining rig. I've chatted with a guy looking to open up a farm and just wanted a sounding board. I've helped someone else build and set up and configure their brand new 𝐾𝐴SPA miners. Well, I'm here to help, and I'd love to work with you. If you guys need one-on-one help, I offer it, and I love doing it. So there's a link directly down below to thehobbyistminer.io. Go over there and schedule some time with me. All right, back to the video.